Radio. I'm John.
And I'm Ken.
And today we have another Star Wars Armada battle for you.
That's right, we're going to be back in the Clone Wars here. This time I'm flying Admiral Trench and on a Providence with a Separatist fleet.
I'm going to be using Luminara, coming in with a very classic Luminara style fleet.
So this is a variation on some of my previous Trench fleets. Going to see if I can't make them work just a little bit better with what I have. Curious to see how this goes. We're going to find out in just a second.
Yeah, Ken asked me to build a Gar fleet, and I'm like, I haven't flown Luminara in like a year, I feel like. So I decided to throw this one back on the table.
We want to do a quick shout out to all of our patrons. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. If you're interested in helping us out and joining our ranks, the link is down below.
Okay, let's check out both these fleets and then get right to the battle.
Coming in at 400 points is my Admiral Trench list. Trench is on a Providence Carrier with Wat Tambor, Intensify Firepower, Thermal Shields, Point Defense Ion Cannons, and Linked Turbo Laser Towers. There's a Munificent Class Comms Frigate with Rune Hakau, Battle Droid Reserves, Disposable Capacitors, Linked Turbo Laser Towers, and the Tide of Progress 12 title. Final Combat Ship is a Hard Cell Transport with Auxiliary Shields Team, Munitions Resupply, and Foreman's Labor. 4 squadrons. DIS T-81 is leading the charge along with the Flakafrak prototypes, and I have 4 Hyena droid bombers.
Coming in at 394 points, I have my Luminara fleet. She's sitting on a Venator 2 class Star Destroyer with Expert Shield Tech, Local Fire Control, Flak Guns, Thermal Shields, Ordnance Pods, Linked Turbo Laser Towers, and the Tranquility title. I have a second Venator 2 class Star Destroyer with Expert Shield Techs, Local Fire Control, Flak Guns, Thermal Shields, Ordnance Pods, and again, Linked Turbo Laser Towers. My remaining ships are both Pelta-class transport frigates with parts resupply and projection experts. I have 2 of them.
John won the bid, providing me with Ion Storm, Asteroid Tactics, and Solar Corona. Looking at my options, Asteroid Tactics appears to be my best chance to do something here, so let's see how this goes.
Thank you for watching Ion Radio. If you enjoyed this content, hit the like button. If you'd like to see more, subscribe and click the bell to be notified when we release new videos. Come join the conversation with our community on Discord and check out all of our social media links linked down below in the description. If you would like to use arrange rulers and token holders like we use in our videos, make sure to check out Admiral Tater's ship shop for all your acrylic needs.
Alright, here we go. I have all my ships at speed 2, Trench in the Providence, Tide of Progress, and Foreman's Labor. The 2 Tri-Fighters are in the rear, the Hyenas leading the charge. Rune Hakau has a Squadron and Engineering token on him, and all 4 of Trench's dials are set. Okay,
for me, both of my Venators swapped out their contains for salvos with Local Fire Control. And everything's going speed 2, so this is my flagship, this is the non-flagship Venator, this is 0, that is Delta 2, and I think I'm good to go.
Let's start out with the hard cell. Hard cell shows an engineering, and John, guess what we're going to do? We're going to spend that as a dial. We'll get 3 engineering points. So I'm going to spend 2 points to increase the side shield here by 1, and then the last one moving that. So I'm now at 2 and 2 on each of my sides. Then after that step, we are going to use munitions resupply, and I'm going to put a Confire token on each of the 2 larger ships. And now we move speed 2.
We're going to go with number 2. Number 2 is revealing a navigate. We're going to take it as a token. Then we're going to be using parts resupply and tossing 1 token to the Venator. This is where I've made a mistake. My Venators and Peltas are too far apart. Fun times. And then we're going to go ahead and move, and we're going to do an inside turn to there.
Activating Munificent. Munificent shows a navigation. We're going to take that as a token. And move speed 2. Straight ahead. This is going to be an uneventful turn 1.
Okay, we're going to go with the other Pelta. It's revealing a navigate. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to toss 1 token to the big ship that's near it. And then go ahead and probably do an inside turn again.
Trench on the Providence shows a navigate. We're going to take that as a token. And I didn't say it, but I'm assuming it's assumed I was not using Trench on this first round.
Correct.
We're just going to move forward with this guy.
That leaves my 2 ships remaining.
Correct.
We're going to go first with the flagship. The flagship is revealing a navigate. We'll take it as a token. And we're moving speed 2. Land ourselves. It's time to get a new speed 2. It just moves at every little thing. Okay, now you'll probably never guess what this one's doing. It's doing a navigate as well. And we're going to move our speed 2. Squadrons to you.
Easily go past this. I'm just going to line them up over here. Two tri-fighters can move further. This will be fun later when we try to move these ships.
Yeah, you try to move these ships. I don't have to do that.
Nah.
Okay, then extra Roths go down. Like that. And I'm going to do my classic. Let's stick this one.
I think that's it for round 1. not going to use Trench this turn. So we are going to go ahead and activate this hard cell. Hard cell shows a navigate. I'm going to take that as a token, John. Now we are out of range, so I've got no shots. Moving at speed 2. We're going to do an inside turn. I think I'm either going to just avoid or just land on this Exergorth here. The base misses him, but the shield dial does catch him. Bugger. So 1 damage suffered. Let's take that off the grid.
We're going to go with Pelta number 2. Pelta number 2 is God and Engineering. We're going to take it as a token. And then we're going to go our speed 2, because I know we're not in range. And we're going to do this maneuver. Boop. And that one has a buddy. Two.
Well, we are out of range, so let's go ahead and activate the Munificent. Munificent shows a nav. Oh, I'm going to use it as the dial. I have no shots. So do I feel like doing something crazy, John, or not really? Because I can't jump up to speed 2. It's not going to do what I want it to do.
Remember, you made this more difficult for yourself.
Yes, I do know that. I do know that, John. Thank you for reminding me.
No problem. I just wanted everyone else to know this too.
So you know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go straight. So, okay, if I air this, or do you want me to actually put it down?
Fine, you're not gonna. Look at that. Perfect.
See, it's exactly what I wanted to do, John.
Okay, we're gonna go with Pelta number 1. It's gonna take an Engineering as well. And then I'm going to redo that line, because I need to know how far I can actually go. Not very far. Cool. So we're going to see what we can do. Maybe slowing down. Gross. Yeah, full slow down to speed 1. Look at this. Right there.
Activate the Providence. Providence shows a squadron dial, and we are going to use the squadron dial. 4 squadrons. I have every one of them in range. We're going to start with the hyenas. So this one first. I do believe that is capable of bombing the front of the Pelta. Alright, so hyenas bomb with reds. They do have bomber and AI battery 1. So John, take 2.
Race it to 1.
Next one, I don't think. I do not think I'm going to be able to get this guy. Nope. So when he moves, does not get to shoot. So position my guys out here. There's the third one. And the fourth one. So there's a squadron activation. I have no shots at this range. I am moving at speed 2.
The Venator is revealing a navigate. We're going to use it as the dial because I already have a token. And we're going to start flacking. We're going to flack my front first. We're going to do that. Go down the line.
Alright, so front, side, side.
Yep,
Okay.
exactly. Ready?
Yep.
First one. Take 2. Okay.
2.
Second one. Take 2.
Alright.
Now from the side,
Yep.
second one. Take 2.
Yep, so he's gone.
And then the other one, side. Take 2. That's pretty insane.
The average.
And then at the end of your attack step, you may exhaust this card to choose one hull zone and then perform another one. We're going to target that guy.
Okay.
Black dice.
No.
Oh, there's the blank.
There's the blank, yeah.
Okay, now that that's all done. I'm going to take an Exergoth.
You will.
And I'm cool. Exergoth. Damage to the ring. And now I'm going speed 1.
Okay, that's an interesting question, because you don't take, on asteroid tactics, you don't take damage from obstacles with
I
that.
don't take damage from asteroids.
It's
That's why I
asteroid
checked.
specific? Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's it for that ship.
Mhm.
Now we go with the other one. It's got a nav 2. We'll use it as a dial for reasons. And I think my only shot is this one. So we're going to take that. That's going to be long range. 2 reds into you. Take 2.
Going to exhaust Foreman's labor, reduce the total by 1, and we will just go ahead and evade one of the other dice, so 0.
Sounds good. And then we're going to do this maneuver as we do. Didn't click that asteroid. Oh well. I'm just going to get it. Okay. That's all the ships.
Yep.
Exergoths go.
Yes, they go first.
They don't hit anything.
Correct. And then I have 2 Tri-Fighters to move.
And then Exergoths go back down. That's going to do it for turn 1.
On to, or turn 2. On to turn 3. So, at the beginning here of round 3, Trench is going to use a dial. He's showcasing a concentrate fire dial. We're going then to also, here at the beginning of the ship phase, spend the Confire token off of the Providence and activate Intensify Firepower, which we put over there so I remember to use it. So that's, I believe, all of the beginning of turn stuff. And now we're going to move to the Heart Cell. Heart Cell shows a concentrate fire. We're going to take that as a token. And then I'm going to munitions resupply 1 to the Providence. And then we are going to go ahead and make some shots. So I believe, John, we are at close range here.
We are.
And we
Close
are
range there too.
medium, actually.
Oh, to the side.
Yeah, out the side to you there. So let's go ahead and make my first shot obstructed front to front. We are going to drop a red. And then we are going to spend the Confire token. And then we get the Trench add-on ability, so I'm going to add in a blue and re-roll the red. And we're going to take 3.
Okay, we're going to brace it to 2.
Yep.
We're going to salvo you back. And I think we're going to also then reduce it to 1 with expert shields.
Okay.
So, boop, and then we salvo you. And in the salvo, we're going to drop the red and hit you with a blue and a black.
Okay.
For taking accuracy. Cool. Nice.
And I could shoot you out the side, but if I do anything, you'll EST it, so I'm not going to bother. So we're moving at speed 2. And I think
It's going to be a ramp.
so the question is, can I position myself in such a way where I'm not horribly in trouble? I think the answer is yes. Alright, I'm going to commit to this move here.
Okay.
So let me get out my 1. I believe I will avoid front exit door. Or does the shield die? Shield die. There.
Barely, but yes, shield out.
Alright, so that's 1. We're going to take it off to the side.
And then a hull damage for
We
you, and
both-
a hull damage for me. Fun times. We're going to go with that Venator.
Okay.
The Venator's revealing a concentrate fire. We're going to start by shooting my side into your side, Cap. We're going to drop the red dice. We'll see what we get here. We will confire in a blue dice into this attack. Take 3 into your side, blocking your redirect.
I'm going to use Foreman's Labor to reduce that to 2. And we'll just take that.
Okay, now we're going to shoot my front into your front.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a double rainbow, dropping a red dice. For
Into the front, correct?
yeah. Take 4, block the brace.
Reroll the double.
Take 3.
We'll redirect. So 1, 2, 3.
Okay, now before I move, I'm going to use ordnance pods. I have to make a decision. Do I want to shoot that one or do I want to shoot these 2? My decision is I'm going to shoot that one right there.
Okay.
Here we go. 1 black dice. Hit.
We can
Then we're going to move forward 1, definitely ramming your ship.
Yep.
And then dropping back where I am, which gives me my brace back because I landed on an asteroid.
And I guess it's my turn then, huh? Before I activate the Munificent, disposable capacitors. And I have a squadron dial that I'm going to use as the dial. For operations, I have to do squadrons first. Just making sure I'm not skipping it. I get to activate 3 squadrons. So let's start with the ones over here. John, I'm pretty sure I can go. Yeah. So this one is going to go over here. Bomb the front of your Pelta. So there's its shot and battery. I'm going to redirect take 1.
Reroll it.
None.
Luminara says that the Venator can have its redirect back.
I'm going to activate this one.
The one that's closer, are you in range?
Nope.
You are not.
I'm not, so I cannot activate him. Sorry. Wait, which one was that? That was...
That one.
This one is the one I should not activate, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Because you activated this one and dropped it
Right.
way up close.
This guy is going to move forward. He will bomb. Same thing. Nothing. Oof. I don't think I can do anything about that, can I?
No.
Ship. No, so take nothing.
Okay. Luminara spends nothing and gets the token back.
And I really don't want to do that, do I? What really roll?
Relax.
So you do 1, you're just going to have me re-roll it anyways. This. I'm going to drop a black into the front. You'll get a token back, but take 1.
We're going to redirect it to the side, and then the Venator gets its token back.
Okay. We're going to fire my front into the front of the Pelta long range, but because disc caps, I get the blue dice. That black does not belong in there. That's a pretty good start. I'm going to put that there. We're going to spend the Confire token. I am bringing in a red. Let's LTT that. And we will, with Intensify, keep it at the same. Take 4.
We will brace it, and then regain that with Luminara. Kaboom, onto the front.
Alright, and then I have an obstructed shot, my side to the front of this Venator.
Yep. Give me a moment. I choose to thermal shields.
Okay, so
So you have 3.
3.
Thermal takes place first. I
Then
remove
obstruction.
that obstruction.
So
For a double. Super unfortunate. That's already, is it less than 2, right?
yeah, so you have to spend less than 2. So you've spent 1. So if you spend another 1, you can't recover.
I get my brace back. I
Yep.
take 2 to the front.
Okay. I get to move, speed 2.
we're going to activate Pelta number 2. It's got an engineering. We're going to transfer shields to the front of this one, right? Is it 5? Yep, cool. So we're going to take 2 shields from here and put them over onto the Pelta. And then we're going to pass out tokens to itself and the ship. Boop, boop, boop. And then we're going to take this crazy shot. It's just in range into the side of this guy.
And it's unobstructed.
And it's unobstructed, which is crazy. So that's 2 red dice. Long range into your sight cannon. Cool. I love dice. Dice are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got to figure out what we're doing. We're going to drop to speed 1. And then go there.
I was wondering about that.
I'm like, where did that all go? Yep. Cool.
Providence Trench shows a engineering, but I don't think I need it. I was expecting more combat, so I'm going to take that. Well, I had an idea, John. Maybe I'm just preparing for something. My side to your front, 2 reds. Take 2.
We're going to salvo you. Shield's gone. And a damage card. I get this back.
Yep.
And then I salvo you with a red and a blue. LTT. Take 2.
Let's go ahead and redirect those to the rear.
Flat guns only impacts your squadron stuff, right?
Okay, long range shot, my front to the front of the Pelta. This is obstructed. I get 2 reds. Subtract 1.
It'll be a double.
It is, because you called it. And then before you do anything, John, we're going to spend out my token. I'm going to add in another red. And do I want to re-roll that? Yes. Take 4.
Cancel. Brace. And redirect.
Now I have to move.
Yep.
Actually, do we want to mark this one, or do you want me to just hover it?
Just hover.
That is going to get overlapped. Medium or long? Or medium or close?
I was only looking at squadrons, which is all close.
Gotcha.
Okay, we're going to go with this Venator flagship.
Mm-hmm.
It is revealing a Confire. We're going to shoot it into the side of your hard cell. It's going to be 2 of everything. Which is pretty good. And we're going to Confire aim after I count damage. 8. A blue dice.
9,
it how it is.
Reroll the 2 doubles.
Seven.
Raise that to 4.
Kaboom.
Actually, doesn't matter, does it? I can redirect 1, so 3. That is enough. Is there a crit in there, John?
Yep.
Crit is. Life support failure, so discard all of my command tokens. I cannot have command tokens, and my ship is destroyed.
And then we're going to throw a red dice from here into the front of your
Munificent.
Munificent. Crit.
Redirect it to the far side.
This side over here.
Yeah. That looks like it's an obstructed shot.
Yep. Otherwise I would have been throwing 2 at you.
That's... What else do you have left to activate? That Pelta?
Yep.
Yeah, I will hold on to myself. Okay.
Okay, my Pelta. This one, in engineering, and we're going to be using 6. We're going to put up 3 shields. So, 1 on the front, 2 on the sides. Done. Then we're going to flak just all the fighters in the front. So
Okay.
everything gets hit with a black and a blue. We're going to start on the guy on 1.
Okay.
Here we go! 1.
Oh, I think he dies.
Now the guy on 2. 1.
Okay, he survived.
Guy on 4.
Go for it.
1.
Okay.
Then pick an ace, I don't care.
Yeah, that'll be the one closest. So this,
2.
he's going to scatter it away.
The other one. Accuracy or scatter, take 1.
Okay.
And then we're gonna flag out the side. Not the ones that I want, but anywho. So we'll do that guy and then that guy. So the guy on...
That guy there is in. Alright. Wasn't intended to be, but whatever. So a close one?
Yeah, close one. 2. And then the one that's already spent its scatter. Take 1. Easy, you take 1. Then we're gonna be plodding away at speed 1, which a ram and stay where I'm at. That's it. You have your 1 fighter left. Hold on. Technically order.
Yeah, let us come up first.
Okay. I'm gonna put it on my ship. This is a medical frigate, right? Yeah. This is transporting that, and I drop it right there. They don't really matter anymore, so we're gonna have to be putting them. They actually did okay damage against your hard cell.
Yeah, they
so
really did.
there's that. I think that does it for the turn.
I think so. I am not going to trench this turn.
Before we go any farther,
Yeah.
we forgot
yeah.
to move this ship. It moved. It would have landed on the Exargoth, so I took the damage to the bay. back. I'm like, man, that's a weird place for it to be. I thought I was going to be in a different spot, but
Well, you were expecting a ship to still be there. And
yeah, ram and then fall back. But
Right.
yeah, we fixed it.
It's fixed. John, I'm going to activate the Munificent first. Munificent shows squadrons, and I have 3 of them that I can activate.
They're actually all in range.
They are, but not exactly the range that I want. So let's do this. We're going to bring this one over here. And my intention is to keep it just near side arc here, bottom of the front. So that's a red. And with the battery, it's 2.
Brace it, redirect it, and salvo you.
Okay. So 1.
Salvo is 2 black dice. Take 2.
Okay. He's down to 1. And let's go ahead and break this in. That is a black die. I don't think I have anything special here. Nope. Take nothing.
Okay, I don't do anything, and I regain my brace.
And we're gonna bring Hap in.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's distance 1. Yeah. Okay, come on. Hit him. 1.
I choose not to do anything, and I regain my redirect. And I take 1 fall damage.
Okay, we're then going to fire my front into your front. 2 reds, 2 blues.
Okay, I will thermal shield out your reds.
Take 2.
Cool. I will redirect that to the side and salvo you.
Okay.
I plunk it over here. Boop, boop. Salvo is 1 of everything. Into your front. Yeah, I kind of leave it how it is. It's not bad. 4.
How many shields do I have in front?
4.
Alright, we're going to burn. We're going to spend the redirect. I'm going to put both over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Then we're firing side into your front. So it's 3 reds.
I'll hold on to it. You can roll.
Okay. I will LTT this one. I'm going to say you cannot redirect, take 2.
Gonna salvo you,
Mm-hmm.
and only spend 1, and then gain that back.
Okay.
So, first one is a crit. Choose to discard 1 of your defense tokens, then flip that down. That's what I thought it was going to be, so we get rid of the other salvo. Cool. And then we shoot you again. Time into your side. Cool. Take 2.
I'm going to take it. 2. Now I got to move. Speed 2.
That's on the speed now.
Yeah. And if I go straight, I might be able to do it.
Except it's a medium-sized ship, so you can't.
Yeah, so I'm gonna, yeah. So I guess I'm ramming you. Oh, wait a minute. That's definitely ramming.
Yes.
Okay. So I will drop back to 1, I believe. Let me.
Do that.
Yeah.
Oh, fishy maneuvers.
Okay. So 1.
give me a second. I actually
Or
have
you-
this one
you've got
already
it
marked.
Go ahead. That will be easier to do. So here, you know, I'm going to pull an onager tray. Just do that. Put this out of the way. You know, that was over here. And now you take another asteroid jam? No.
I'm fine with it. I don't take any extra
You don't
damage
take
and I get
any.
tokens back, so I'm cool with that, Ken.
All right, so
I'm super cool with that.
I get one, and the $1 million question is,
You are double
yeah,
hard.
but you can't.
Shoot the same one, which I don't care. I'm just putting damage into it.
Yeah, so your side can hit my front, your front can hit my side.
Yep.
Not that I'm really surprised by that. And now I know why you think acclimators have 6, because munis have 6.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, you'll never guess which ship I'm going with.
The Pelta.
Yeah. We're going with engineering, spending that, getting 6. So we're going to move 1 shield, 2 shields to the front, and then 2 more. Cool. Then we're going to start blasting. And we're going to start with my side into your front. 2 and 2. Make sure there's nothing else I can do. Nope. Here we go. Take 4.
Going my front.
Yep. You have 2, 1, 0.
Shields over there. Alright, with 4, let's go ahead and brace.
It.
So
Just knock out the 2. Cool.
Crit is.
There's no
no
crits.
crits.
Ken just really wants to look at his cards.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking for the structural damages, John. But
Are you ready?
no.
Evil rainbow, my front to your side. We link turbo laser towers this one. Take 5.
And I have 1 shield there.
1 shield, 2 in the rear. So if you brace it and redirect it,
So it's all shields.
all shields.
Oof. Redirect it. I'm taking 2, correct?
If you just redirect it, yes, you're taking 2, which includes a crit.
Okay. Burning out the redirect.
Okay.
I'm going to salvo you back.
Okay.
So we're redirecting the rear. 1, 2, 3, and I have to take 2,
2.
correct? First one's a crit.
I choose not to.
Okay.
Because if you, that's when you get applied, correct?
This is right before, so if it winds up
Okay,
being
yeah,
a ship,
I just
then
want the damage on you.
yeah. Okay. Hence why I did it that way, and I gave you the second to think about that.
Okay. Then you salvo.
Yeah. Salvo's 2 reds.
2 accuracies.
Cool. LTT.
Cool.
I'm going to block your tokens.
Regen my token. Okay, then I'm going to be moving, and I'm going to do that, which is going to ram you, and even if it overlaps the other ship, you're still closer.
Yep. All right. I have 5 of 6, John.
And then I get a token back ready because of the asteroid I'm sitting on.
Mm-hmm.
This is the problem. Sometimes I play asteroid tactics and I don't land on asteroids at all. Then other times I not playing asteroid tactics and I just sit on these.
I'm kind enough to help you so that we can showcase how the objective is used here.
Okay, that's me.
Yeah, it's you. No, it's me.
No, yeah, that was my activation.
Yeah. So, Providence, nav, dial, medium range obstructed.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Okay, 2 reds, 2 blues.
Thermal shield away your reds. can have 2 blues. Then it obstructs.
Take it.
At this point, because there's nothing to refresh, I expert shield text it away.
Mm-hmm.
And cool.
Okay, speed 2, and John, I'm gonna increase to 3. I think.
You get in the middle plus whatever you get.
It's the first one, and then nothing.
But you're using a dial, right?
Yeah.
So you can do whatever you want on the dial.
Yeah.
Ramming speed.
And that's what I'm gonna do. I think I can actually land at 2. So it's twist, twist.
Yeah, you look up. This shield dial sticks out farther than I expect. Cool.
Okay, so we're gonna ram.
Put some damage on you. Wasn't expecting that this game. We're gonna go with the Pelta first because we need to do things before we do things. Engineering, we're going to use that token to do all the engineering type stuff. We're gonna just take it off the front and then regen it. And we're going to move it to, I guess, this rear over here. And I don't think I have any shots. I mean, I can throw a red at you. I'll throw a red at you.
Okay.
Or... yeah. Take a crit.
Can I choose not to? Well, since that's going to kill me, John, I'm going to salvo back, just to salvo back.
Oh, it kills you?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that close.
Yeah, that's... are you going to let me take the crit?
No, you can, no crit effect.
I'm going to keep this one off to the side, John, because I'm very curious if my ship would have survived.
For the record, that was a joke shot.
Yeah, that wound up killing.
Very much so, for the record. Okay.
Salvo.
That's
2
alright.
reds obstructed, so 1. Nothing. LTTs. Pretty sure I have LTTs on this.
Yeah.
Even if I do, it doesn't matter because, yeah.
I will regen my...
Yeah, but it's not going to matter.
And then we're going speed 1. We do this. Well, that's kind of disappointing for the vendor.
No veterancy token for the vendor.
Okay. Go with the vendor, I guess, then? In engineering?
I don't think you need it.
I think I have one shield
You
off
got one
the
shield
back.
on the rear, so I mean you can go back up to full.
Yeah, do it. Why not?
All right.
Okay, then we're gonna flak attack.
Yep.
We're going to start by shooting out the front at this guy. 2 black dice, and then maybe or maybe not an LTT. Actually, then we shoot at this guy. We
Okay.
shoot because that guy's double arced.
Yeah, he is double arced. He is not.
Yeah, so front into this. Cool. We're gonna add in 2 blue dice. There's an accuracy take.
Take 1, huh?
Take 1.
All right.
Okay.
All right. We're gonna glue Dis back in place here one of these days. He's down to 1. I'll keep him double arced for you. Now he's looking mean at you.
Okay, now we're gonna shoot the side
Huh?
into him.
Yep.
Take 1.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna go ahead and scatter it away.
And we shoot the one with 1 health left. Take 2.
And he's gonna die.
Okay. And then we're going to ordnance, and I'm going to choose the front. So I'm going to shoot at Dis. Hit. So you gotta toss it
gotta
to
toss the scatter. Yeah.
stay alive, and then shoot the other one because it's fun. 1.
Yeah, but we're gonna scatter that way.
Yep. Okay. Then we're going to move.
Yeah, go ahead.
Pelta's going. Pelta's revealing a engineering, and we're going to get rid of one card. Have 1 point to remain. Do nothing with it. Then we're going to throw out all of these tokens. I think this guy's in range.
Should be.
That's why I went with him first. Actually, I leave one token on because that guy already has one. Cool. Then we're going to shoot at Path with a blue dice. Do we kill it? Not Path,
no,
the
it's
disc.
disc.
Yeah, disc, sorry. Yeah.
Well, he's dead because all I can do is brace. You got the ace.
I did not expect that, but I had nothing else to shoot at. Okay, then... Do I shoot you in the pot just for L's? We're gonna then move forward our 1 to right there, which should give you a really nice, barely double arc. Okay, cool.
Okay. Do we go into squadrons then?
Technically Exergoths,
Yeah. Squadron phase.
Squadrons,
He's already been activated, so you put him down.
Exergoths. I think that's out of range, so we'll put him there.
Yep.
Cool. You planned that from the beginning.
Yeah, I've been paying attention to extra cards, but I'm not paying attention to other things, so.
That does it for that round.
All right. Start of the ship phase, trench, engineering. Okay, that's going to happen. I am going to discard intensify firepower to use it this turn. I am going to reveal a concentrate fire on the Providence, and I'm going to use that as the dial. I'm going to take the engineering token off of, this is a lot of moving parts. Engineering token off of this, which with the trench thing lets me have 5, 6 repair.
Your full shields, you just need to remove the damage.
6, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so it's 3, 4, 5. I have a 6th one, which is just going away into the ether. Okay, we're going to take my side into the side of the Venator. So my pool will start 2 reds, 2 blues.
Thermal the reds.
The reds.
And then obstructed.
Thank you. It's 1 hit on my shields. You have you there? 3.
3. I will reduce it with expert, and then
Salvo back.
salvo you back. So in the salvo, I dropped the, I guess, blue dice here. It's medium range, so I would get all of my dice. So yeah, red and a black against you. Cool. Glad I did that reroll. Take a crit.
Yeah, just take it. I have plenty of shields.
Boop.
Okay, then my front to your side. I believe that will start with 2 reds and 1 blue, if I am correct. Yes.
And you can have
Roll
them.
All right. Okay. We are going to confire in a blue die. I am going to LTT this one. Well, I'm really taking full advantage of having intensify firepower this game, aren't I? Take 4, John.
Yeah. I went 2 hull to get.
You need 3 hull because you're at 9. And you have 6. You have 3 shields there.
We are going to salvo you and redirect. We're going to redirect all 4 to the front.
Okay.
And salvo you. Ready, here we go! It's a little bit more respectable. LTT. Take 3.
Let's go to my front, right? I have 3 shields on the far side.
Yep.
Alright, we're moving them all here.
Cool.
Here we go. John, I think Trench knows when to hold and fold them. We're going to do this.
Okay, so Ken and I took a pause to talk off camera. If I went full bore into his Providence, I probably wouldn't kill it. So now we're just going to attempt to try to kill Pap and then move my stuff away. So we're going to start off with the Venator.
Mm-hmm.
The Venator is going to flak it. We're going to go with 2 black dice. Cool. And then we're going to add in 2 blue dice with LTT. 4, take 3.
Alright, well, we have to go ahead and scatter that.
Cool. Then I'm going to Ordnance Pots you.
Yep.
Take 1.
Alright, well, we'll take the 1 there. We're down to 1.
And we move over here. I will clearly stay on the board because I have a nav.
Yep. And then your next ship?
My next ship is going to be this Pelta, which is going to be shooting you at, I believe, close range, and then medium range. So,
Go for it.
Close range, nothing, and then medium range. Take 1.
Ooh, I have to scatter that.
You're gonna have to scatter.
Yeah, I think you're going to take half.
Yep. And I'm not bothering to put shields because it doesn't matter.
Right.
It has an engineering, but
Yep.
it literally doesn't matter. And we go forward then 1 to here. And then we go with the Venator. And the Venator does Venator things. And it's going to shoot you out the front with 2 black dice.
Pap's gone.
Pap's gone. I'm going to spend the token to jump to speed 2. And we're going to land ourselves right there. Last ship, doesn't matter. Going speed 1. Moving there. For the last turn, what happens is Ken lands 3 away. And I just stay on the board and we're all good.
Sounds good.
Okay, we are back, and Luminara is super tanky.
Luminara and 2 Peltas is super tanky. To be fair, I kind of helped you out a little bit by attacking multiple ships. Instead of really trying to focus in on one, my plan was the worst one I possibly conceived. Actually, John and I were talking about it a little bit better, or afterwards, where I probably should have taken where I put, the way you guys are looking at it, the Providence over here and the Munificent over here go, whoop, and then
Flip-flop them.
flip-flop them, and that
Yeah.
probably would have hit you harder.
This is bringing you guys into the conversation that Ken and I had between finishing the game an hour later and then recording this, is that I view very highly Providence as battering rams, and they should be used as such and then disengaged, and the way he was flying it is very reminiscent of how you would fly a Reticent. So a Reticent in the place of the Providence, the way Ken flew it would have worked better for him. But if he wanted to fly a Providence, he needed it to be closer in. It made me engage with it because as soon as I saw him put it out to the side, I'm like, well, I won't touch it. And then I will just kill everything else, and then I don't think the Providence itself will have enough firepower to deal with anything, which is kind of how the game itself turned up.
The Providence is not an Akbar MC-80.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Having said that,
Akbar on it would be pretty
oh
amazing.
God, I would love Akbar on a Providence.
You can do it.
Well, yeah. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Trench. What I wanted to do with Trench kind of worked the way I was expecting it to, so I'm happy with the Trench side of it. I'm not happy with the deployment, but we all know, if you've been watching the channel long enough, that's one of my weaker areas. But in terms of how things went, okay, I was hoping to really take down one of those vendors. I came close, but didn't get quite in. Again, if I could have gotten a couple more shots where I was at close range instead of medium with that Providence, Venator would have gone down. So that was, I think, the flaw on my end.
I think, 3 shots from the Providence started off as medium range, here's 2 blues, now it's obstructed.
With thermal, and yeah.
then here's a blue dice.
I needed the extra dice.
Whatever it comes up, I'm fine with you hitting
yeah.
me with.
And I needed the extra dice, so getting to close range faster would have been better. And I think it's crazy at the end of the day when you look at the damage report screens, how you pretty much put all your ships almost back up to full health in terms of shields.
Yeah.
Again, Peltas, and yeah, it is what it is. Fighter Force did not do nearly as much as I wanted it to. Your flak, those gunners deserve some promotion.
That first round of 8 damage, have fun, was kind of insane.
I have no words other than that one of my trench styles was squadrons and wasn't even worth it because didn't need it. So that's just kind of threw that off, and I think that may have knocked my tempo out a little bit also. But a couple more hits from some of the squads may have made a difference. Minor one, but I would have taken a ship down.
The hard part with squadrons against Luminara is that every time you attack, I get a token back.
Right.
Which makes it really difficult because you have to attack the Pelta, but then all the other tokens and all the other ships get regen.
Yeah.
And even the Pelta's I don't care, I'm going to just heal myself and have shields passed to me.
And there's a few things I would probably change looking at doing this again. Kind of gone through almost all of them, so that's my thoughts in terms of everything that I got to say in this game.
Yeah. I still really, really enjoy Venators, even though their dice pool isn't the best out the front.
We're going to take a quick moment once again to thank all of our patrons. Thanks so much for supporting the channel. If you are interested in joining our Patreon ranks, link is down below.
Okay, if you want to check out any of the cool acrylic gear we have, check out Admiral Tater. If you use the code IONRadio15, you get 15% off $50 or more.
All right, until next time, I'm Ken.
I'm John.
And you've been watching Ion Radio.